What we're talking about tonight is the topic is back to the basics. And actually all of you that are on are newer or just starting out. So this is actually perfect for you guys. But if anyone does end up jumping on or even watching the recording who have already been doing the business, this is still beneficial because this is the core of what we do in Plexus in terms of the stuff that's going to help you help others, impact other people's lives. It's what's going to help you grow your business, to help you with your financial goals. So this is stuff that you need to know and practice on a daily basis. And this is what you have to teach people who also want to do the business. Della, can you reach out to Donna? She's messaging me and I can't help her right now. She's having trouble. Okay, so one of the things is, for those of you who have just started, really what it kind of looks, I'm going to kind of walk through what it looks like when you first start as an ambassador. And so hopefully this is what you experienced. If it didn't, sometimes the duplication doesn't always happen perfectly. We're human. We always are improving. But if there is something in this steps that I'm about to mention to you that you haven't been trained in, if you've already received training, or you haven't done part of this process, just make note of it and let's make sure we address that to help you guys, because I know all of you are starting out. And I know Vicki, you and I were going to be planning our training really soon in person. So for everybody, just kind of apply this to where you're at. But generally speaking, how it should happen is when you first sign up as an ambassador and you show interest in the business, you should be getting on a 3-way call or a meeting in person with someone like your sponsor and their upline. So for example, let's see, Tammy's on here, so I'll use this as an example. So like Michelle signs Tammy as an ambassador and Tammy wants to do the business. So she says, great, I have a really good friend named Donna. She's passionate about the product. She's been really successful in this business. Let's just jump on a really quick training call with her and let's get you started off really strong with the business and give you some really good tips to start out. And so Michelle's gonna set up the time with Tammy and then with Donna, and then she's gonna call Donna and link in Tammy, and the 3 of them are gonna talk, and basically Michelle will introduce the 2 and basically let her upline, who's been doing the business longer, kind of share some really great tips. And then that way there's that great community already and connection, and there's more people you can go ask questions to. That way with Tammy starting out, she has multiple uplines that she knows. It's not just the person who signed her. Tammy and I, we've also talked, and I'm 3 levels up. So I think the more people you get to know in your upline, the better, because it's just more connections and more help that you have. So basically some things that should be covered in your first training, whether this is in a 3-way call or whether you meet for coffee with your sponsor and then their upline, you're going to be talking about smart Facebook posting. The reason this smart Facebook posting is kind of where you start is Facebook posting is a way to let people know, hey, I'm starting the product, or I'm excited about this new business opportunity. Just basically letting people know, hey, I don't know what this is going to do for me yet, but I'm excited about it. It's really helped my friends and or whoever it was that shared with you. And so it's just a way of letting people know, hey, I'm doing this. And so we tell people, if you're going to do the business, we encourage you to post every day, because Facebook has these algorithms to where not all of your Facebook friends see every single post that you make. So you want to be posting often. And we generally say as a rule, you want to post 2 Plexus posts and 2 non-Plexus posts. And then, so typically what I do, to give you an example, is when I first wake up in the morning, around one of the busiest times in the morning that people are on Facebook is between 6 and 8 o'clock in the morning as they're getting ready for work. They're on Facebook. And so I'll make my first Facebook post in the morning. Maybe it's a picture of me drinking my Slim drink and, saying something about how that benefits blood sugar, how that's helping me, how it improves my energy levels or whatever. And then I'll make a non-Plexus post maybe at lunchtime because a bunch of people are on then. Maybe I'll share a Bible verse, which is part of what's important to me personally. Or maybe I'll share a cute picture of one of my nieces that I had taken, because that's part of what my brand identity is. It's my family, my faith, and my health and wellness journey. Those are things that are important to me. And then after work, I'll post again a Plexus post, and then I'll post one more time a non-Plexus post before I go to bed. And so I'll just kind of alternate it and change it. But just to really quickly let you know, the 2 times that are really the busiest time on Facebook are first thing in the morning between 6 and 8 o'clock, and then a little bit during lunchtime, and then again the second busiest time is in the evening, really between about 7 to 10 o'clock or 8 to 10 o'clock, because people are winding down and they're on Facebook. So those are really high times of high traffic, and those are great times to get your Plexus post out. So training and Facebook posting and what that looks like, so it's not salesy and gimmicky, but really personal and more engaging. They also should do training on your starter message or your cold message, and that's helping you get that first message kind of written and critiqued a little bit and tweaking it a little bit. And that's what you send out to basically everyone on your friend list, with time. I mean, not all at once, but that's the message that you're going to first send out to someone, unless you're personally talking to someone face to face. So that's another thing that should be covered in your first training. Another thing is just talk about your goals. Like, what do you personally want out of this? I mean, is your goal to make $100 extra a month? Is it $500? Is there a certain rank you want? Like, do you want to get Emerald so you can go to Hawaii for free each year and get a free Lexus? I mean, what is it? It doesn't matter if it's a small, a smaller goal or a massive goal. It's just whatever you want. Your sponsor is here to support you. And that is really their responsibility of finding out what your goal is and helping you achieve it and just supporting you in that. I know for me, like, my goal grew as my belief in the products and in the business opportunity grew. And my reasons why I was doing it also grew. And so you're going to have that same journey as you continue on. And so are your people, your teammates that you already have or that you will have down the road as your team grows. And then really the only other thing I generally cover that first training with people is what's called IPA. That's income producing activities. The reason we cover that is because that is what's going to actually make you money. You can end up staying busy and doing absolutely nothing to grow your business. We don't want that. If you're going to put time into it, we want you putting it where it's actually going to benefit you. So income producing activities is basically like this. It's really simple. And this is what we need to be teaching everyone who wants to do the business. They need to be having like a method. So the method is, the typical one is what's called the 5-3-1 method. So that means you message 5 new people a day. So that's where that cold message that your sponsor is going to help you write, that's where that comes in handy. Or some of those people can, if you talk to someone in person or a phone call, it doesn't have to be a message, but basically you talk to 5 new people a day, either about the products or the business opportunity, or both, if you feel like, they would respond to both. So 5 new people a day, and you follow up with 3. So follow up is basically like, maybe you already sent someone your starter message, or you've already talked to somebody who's suffering with allergies and you've already talked to them about how the Triplex combo will help them. So follow up is after, a couple of days, if you haven't heard back from them or you see them again, it's just like saying, hey, have you given this any more thought? I know this would really help you with the allergies, and I'd love to see you get relief from that. When's a good time for me to give you a call this week and maybe help just walk you through that online process? So, or follow-up can be sending them a little bit more information, maybe a video, a short 5-minute video on the Triplex combo so they understand the benefits. Or maybe it's a testimony. We have a great page, a great resource that you guys should all be on. It's called the Life-Changing Plexus testimonies page, and you can type in migraines and diabetes and whatever it is that they're dealing with, and you can find people, real people on our larger team. It only is people on our larger team that Tamara Holloway, one of our Diamond Uplines, started. And it's just a compilation of testimonies. These are real people, and it's, you know, and you can even message them on Facebook if you have questions about their testimony. But I always try and find a testimony that relates more to them, that's going to just really resonate with them. And I try to find one that's shorter, that's not like a novel, because some of them are very long. So those are forms of follow-up. And then the one that I mentioned in the method, because we talked about messaging 5 people, following up with 3, the one is doing training. So what that means is you watch a training video that I posted on the team page, or that Abby posts on her team page, on the Fearless Freedom Advocates page. So it's investing, either learning a little bit about the products or learning more about growing in your business. So that's the 5-3-1 method. And that is what is called income producing activities. Those things are what is going to actually get you where you want to go with your goals. If you're not sharing the opportunity and the products, and you're not following up with people, you're not really going to go anywhere. I mean, playing on Facebook and all those things are fun, but it's not going to really get you anywhere. You're not really working your business. So that's why I tell people, focus on that, get that done first. And then you can do some of the other things that are just bonuses and nice things. But this is what we have to be teaching our teams when they get started. This is what's going to help them get success more quickly and impact more lives. Because if you're sharing, you're going to be helping give other people health freedom and financial freedom, and helping them understand what is available to them. Okay, so I want to just quickly talk about some things that are super important. So you're doing your IPA, right? Like, so you've had your 3-way call, and you've had this great training, and you started sending out your cold messages. So what does it look like when people actually respond back? So first of all, keep in mind, not everyone will. A lot of people will ignore you. That's normal. They'll come around, some of them with time, and some won't, and that's all right. And you will get some no's, so don't let that discourage you. But you will. What do you do when someone actually is interested? So what that kind of looks like, and it's a little different depending on what they share with you. I know my personal cold message ends with, do you have any symptoms, health concerns, or health goals you're curious if this could help you with? That's kind of how I end mine. So I end it with a question. So if they come back and say, yeah, I'm suffering with this symptom or that symptom, then what I generally, you know, if it's a symptom, it's miserable. No one enjoys being, you know, having to deal with any like health concerns. So I literally just live in their misery for a while. And what I mean by that is just really show genuine sympathy. Like, wow, I'm so sorry you're dealing with migraines. You know, my sister really had to deal with that a lot. It's so debilitating. I know how much that interrupts your life. And just to be on a couch and not feel like you can function properly, that you're having to take meds for that. How long have you been dealing with it? Like, really ask those questions and really sympathize with them. Because a lot of times people get so used to dealing with stuff that really they shouldn't be okay dealing with. So just ask questions. How long have they been dealing with it? What kind of medications are they on? And as you learn more about gut health and blood sugar balance, you're going to actually learn to be able to ask a lot of other questions. Questions like, you know, well, do you have low energy? Do you have food and like carb and sugar cravings? Do you find that you have any skin conditions like eczema or acne? Do you have any food sensitivities or allergies? So all of those things are connected with gut health. So sometimes just asking questions, do you have any digestive issues, tummy troubles? So all of those things are connected to gut health. And sometimes asking those questions are gonna let you know even more what to recommend. Now, as for recommendation, I'll just tell you straight up. I know we have, I think it's like 12 products as a whole. But absolutely every person you talk to, I'm going to tell you, I already know every time what I'm going to recommend. Now, I still ask the questions. I still find out what they're dealing with because I want to be able to personally explain to them how this is going to impact them. But I already know what they need to be on before they even tell me those things. and that is the triplex combo at a minimum. The reason I say that, that's the triplex combo for those of you who are new, that's Plexus Slim, the BioCleanse, and ProBio 5. The reason everyone needs to be on this, guys, is because this is the root issue of the majority of health issues out there. It's addressing gut health, which is massive, guys. Gut health is at the root of depression, anxiety, all sorts of autoimmune disease. It's just, I could go on and list the things that the root cause of it is gut health, poor gut health. It also, the triplex combo addresses blood sugar balance. That affects your mood, your energy levels. If anyone's dealing with diabetes, obviously that their insulin levels are off. So this is something that really affects everyone in hormone levels. So blood sugar balance is important for everyone, and it impacts weight loss, ability to lose weight, blood sugar levels. And then also it addresses lowering inflammation in the body. If you have high inflammation in the body, you're more likely to have disease and other serious health issues that can arise over time. So the fact that we have products that address those three things, gut health, blood sugar, and lowering inflammation in the body, everyone can benefit from that. And because it addresses gut health, it boosts your immune system. Who doesn't need a better immune system, right? So that is why I say, it doesn't matter what they're dealing with. You already need to know that they need the triplex combo. Now, you ask the question so you can specifically explain to them why it's going to help them. But guys, we need to be training our team. They don't need to just be getting like one product. They don't need to just be getting the ProBio 5 by itself and not taking it with the BioCleanse, because that's our gut health products. You know, we don't need to just be cherry picking. I have sometimes also, I'll go through my back office and I'll see lower levels, and it's like they've picked Slim and Ease and like Block, and it's like they're all good products, but I'm like, we need to be starting with the triplex and then you build on top of that if they have it in their budget. So, you know, like the X Factor vitamin, for example, that's called, like, if you add that with the triplex combo, that's called like the Fab 4. So, you know, that is obviously just overall general health. You know, so those are great products to start with, but guys, the minimum is the triplex combo. Now, I'm not saying I don't ever have someone that just tries a product or two just because maybe for budgetary reasons, but when I personally recommend, I start with the triplex. And guys, you know what? Most people sign up that way. Why? Because I'm very passionate about it. I explain why it will work for them, and I tell them the cheapest way of getting it is wholesale route, and guess what? They do it because it's best for them, and they know, they have confidence in me, they know me, they trust me, they know I genuinely care for them. So have that confidence in what you're recommending, and recommend a triplex, and then if you want to recommend adding Block onto something or X Factor vitamin, that's wonderful. You can definitely add on to that if you know there's other things they would greatly benefit from. But don't forget, guys, triplex. This is what we've got to have everybody on to get them where they want to be with their health. Now, the other thing I really wanted to address, you know, once you're talking with them, you're asking questions, you're recommending the triplex and any other products that really would help their specific issues. You've shared testimonies so they can see how these products have really helped other people with similar symptoms. The next thing is generally they're going to ask about the price. And this is where, guys, if you're not careful, you're going to, if you don't have the belief that you need and the value of what we have, you can actually discourage them. Like if you're apologizing, like, well, I know it's kind of expensive, but guys, these products are not expensive. For what they're getting, it's amazing. It's 99 bucks, guys. That's nothing. For 3 products that are going to change their lives, that is amazing. But you have to have that belief and understanding of the value. Like, I saved money switching from the high, fancy, hoity-toity supplements I was taking and started on the triplex. I'm saving money and I'm having better results. So, guys, believe me, in the vitamin world, this is, in terms of high quality, they're getting a bargain. So have that confidence. Like, don't basically give them this feeling of like almost like you're apologizing. Have that confidence that this is worth the investment. It's going to change their lives. And you know what? If they don't want to spend the money, you're going to help them get their products paid for. It's not hard. They get 3 people to join them at the wholesale route, and they get a $100 bonus. Their welcome pack's paid for. Just get some friends and families to link arms and say, hey, let's do this together. You know, so if they're really concerned about it, it's easy fix. So after we kind of discuss the price, I literally, guys, I know there's 3 different ways you can buy. You can buy retail, which I never sign anyone retail. That's the most expensive. It's ridiculous. It's a waste of money. Don't ever sign anyone retail. Preferred is the second cheapest. They get a 10% discount off of retail. And the only way I even mention this to anyone is if they do not, like I've talked to them about the triplex and they just are like, no, I just want to try Slim, or no, I just want to try, you know, the probiotic to start with. If they're just very like, there's no way, they just will not like go with my recommendation, then I will sign them as a preferred customer if they only want 1 or 2 products. Because it's not worth them paying the membership fee to get wholesale prices if they're not going to get at least the triplex combo. So I will sign them as a preferred customer. Once they love the product, then I will get them on the triplex combo, and then I will upgrade them to be the wholesale ambassador pricing. But that's the only time I ever mention preferred customers, the customer route. The thing that I do every time, and guys, the reason I do it now is because it's the best for them and it's the best for me, and that is I just say, when they say, well, how much is it? I say, it's $99 to get started at the wholesale price. All you have to do is pay your one-time yearly fee of $34.95. It's the cheapest. It's the best. You get wholesale pricing all year. And guess what, guys? They do it. Why? Because it is the cheapest. You know, I mean, seriously, like, who doesn't want to do it that route? So don't even worry about the other ways to sign up. Just tell them the cheapest, and they'll sign up the cheapest way. And for those of you wanting to do the business, this also benefits you because this is what is going to help you make your ranks. So it's a mutual beneficial thing. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to mention, and I do this, I personally choose to call somebody and walk them through the online process of ordering. Very rarely do I just say, oh, here are the directions of how to do it. I only do that if we can just not find a time that we're both available. I literally call everybody, first of all, because sometimes things go wrong or they forget to do something, and it's easier to tell them how to do it right the first time than them do it, get frustrated, something went wrong, and then you have to go back and make edits to their backup order or call customer service. So I just say, hey, does Tuesday or Thursday work better for me to give you a call? They tell me what day, then we set the time. And I'll give them a call. I do not give them my website link at all until I'm on the phone with them and I know that they're about to get on. Oh, see, we're running out of time. Okay, we got 10 minutes. Okay, good. I was like, I got a few more things. Sorry, guys. Lots of good stuff, just trying to get it all in. Okay, so I personally call people. I think it's good personal customer service. It lets them know I care. I can answer questions. But something that I tell them, guys, before, like I give them my link, and they're at the webpage, and before we start the process, I tell them this, and I want you to make note of this. This is something I've started doing all the time, and it has changed things for me. So I encourage you to start doing this and teaching your teams to do this. Before they even place the order, I stop and I say, I know I've shared how this is going to impact you and your health, but you have got to give this a minimum of 90 days because these are natural products. I'm not saying you will not see anything improve before that, but I'm just going to tell you, I've had some people who have joined me who have seen instant, quick improvements. And then I've seen some people that it wasn't until after 90 days that they experienced those amazing changes. And I tell people give it a minimum of 90 days because it takes time for your body to detox, to get everything balanced, because, you know, they don't have health problems because things are balanced. They're imbalanced. So say it's natural. It's not a miracle pill. I know we like things, we like instant gratification, but this is not, this is natural. You have to let your body balance and heal. Give yourself just 90 days. That's nothing. And then you're going to start to really see even more improvements. And guys, every month I've been on the products, I've seen more and more improvements as I'm consistent. And now, you know, 6 or 7 months later, I'm like, whoa, I didn't even expect that. But if I hadn't been consistent, I would have never experienced it. So at least get them to commit to 90 days. Now, we do have, Plexus has a 60-day money-back guarantee. So, you know, if for some reason they just hate it after 60 days, which they won't if you help them do their dosage correctly and you help them through detox, they won't. But if for some reason they do, they can get their money back, no matter whether they're retail, preferred, or wholesale. Doesn't matter. They can get their money back. So it really is risk-free, but I still encourage 90 days because, guys, they didn't gain the weight. They didn't get sick overnight. They're not going to heal or lose the weight or whatever their goal is overnight. At least give it 90 days and then progress from there. And then the other thing I explain to them, because I've learned, if not, people don't realize what's happening to their bodies, is I tell them before I sign them up, I say, hey guys, not only do you need to give it 90 days, but I'm going to be very honest with you. You may go through detox symptoms, or what they call the healing crisis, candida die-off. There's all sorts of names for it, but I tell them, your body, you may experience things. So if you experience anything out of the ordinary, then let me know and I'll work you through it. I say we work the dosage up slowly so it's not too, you know, so it's not just dramatic. But I explain that to them because if not, not everybody knows about this. What happens when the bad bacteria, candida, dies off in the body. And if they don't know this, they'll think, the products are hurting me. and they're not. Their body's healing and the bad stuff's dying off. And they're not either eliminating it quick enough or it's not coming out through urine quick enough. And so it's making them feel yucky and have symptoms. It's not hurting them. They're detoxing. But if you don't let them know up front, they may freak out and quit thinking it's not working for them or it's causing issues when it's just their body's healing. So those are 2 things I do before I even sign them up. And guess what, guys? After I tell them, they're like, oh, yeah, great. And we sign them up. I just like them to know what's realistic expectations up front. So guys, we need to be teaching our people this because I'm seeing some people drop off after a month. And I know sometimes there's weird stuff that happens, but it shouldn't be a normal thing that happens. If you have people dropping off consistently after a month, it's because we're not helping them like we need to. And part of that is their first week, you need to be following up with them. The first thing I ask people is, how much do you love the flavor, taste of the pink drink? It's amazing, right? And that's what I ask them, just the day after they get their shipment. And then if they say, oh, I haven't started yet, then I encourage them to, because I know if they get started, they're going to love it. And then if they've already tasted it, then I'm like, great, I'm so glad you loved it. I'm going to check up on you in a couple days once you started your capsules and just see how you're feeling and how well you're doing. And so in a couple of days, I'll check in and say, well, how many of each capsule are you taking? And I'll just make sure that they're on track. So following up with our people, making sure their dosage, working them up to the proper dosage is important. And if you're not familiar with dosage, talk to your upline. We have PDFs under files on the team pages that show you how to work it up, but they should be working up to 4 BioCleanse and actually 4 ProBio 5. They'll maintain the 4 ProBio 5 for 1 month, and then they'll work back down to just 2, which is the maintenance dose. But any questions about that, talk to your upline, talk to me and Della. That's what we're here to help those of you that are new kind of navigate that. Now for my leaders really quick, and those of you you're all leaders if you're on this call. Even if you don't have team members, you're already starting. What you're doing now and putting into practice is determining the type of leader you're going to be for your team. So go ahead now, do your income producing activities, because when you do have a team, guys, leaders, it's that saying, monkey see, monkey do. If you're doing your income producing activities, your team is seeing you sign ambassadors and helping people and changing people's lives and jumping on Zoom calls and commenting on team pages, then that's more likely what they're going to do. If you're doing three-way calls and training calls and all of those things, and you're doing things right and checking on your customers, if they're seeing you do that with them, then they're more likely to do that. So make sure, guys, whenever you do sign people, even if they're not going to do the business, get them on a quick 15-minute call with your upline. Let your upline, and don't say your upline, say, hey, my friend Donna, she's had tremendous results with these products. I'd love for you to just 15 minutes, just hear her testimony, and then just see how we can help you get started off strong on the products. Because guys, this is about taking care of our people. So now we got 3 minutes, so I'm gonna wrap it up, but I wanted to say, make sure everybody you sign as an ambassador that you add them and welcome them to our welcome post on our No Guts, No Glory team page, as well as Abby Kappa's Fearless Freedom Advocates page. That's very important. It's about community, connection, and resources. Even if they're not doing the business, there are good things for them as well, but especially if they're doing the business. Make sure you're sending them the product, either video or PDF or both. And also make sure you're getting that product call set up to help them get started off strong with your sponsor. That way they get connected with another person on the team as well. And then send them that welcome email. Even if they're not thinking about doing the business right now, send it to them in case they ever decide to. They have those resources. Those are just some of the main things I want to share. I know that was a lot of information, but I just wanted to cover the real key things about this business. So I really appreciate you guys being on. I know we have less than a minute before we jump off. But Della, I didn't know if you quickly wanted to add something to what I shared.
I think you covered it. I think I can't think of anything really.
Okay. Well, I hope you guys took notes. I know that was really fast and a lot, but guys, this is the core. If you can learn that stuff right there, you will be successful. You will change people's lives with health and wellness and with financial freedom. I'm so excited you guys are on tonight. We'll be doing a call, Dylan? Every 2 weeks, I think is the plan. So I hope you can jump on the next one. And if you have any questions, you can post, comment on our team page or send us a private message, and we'll be more than happy to help you. So you guys have a great night. Thanks for being on.